Hi, friends. Today I am going to read you a storybook. Its name is Tugg and Teeny. That's what friends are for. Written by J. Patrick Lewis and illustrated by Christopher Dennis. So, this book consists of three stories, which I am going to read you one by one. The first story's name is Margie Barges Tears. Teeny and Tugg ran to the jungle to join their friends for an early morning bath. But instead of being in the water hole, everyone was standing around it. The water was full of air bubbles. Do you hear somebody crying, Tugg? Teeny asked. Whoosh! Up out of the water burst Margie Barge. She was blubbering big, wet tears. What's the matter, Margie Barge? Asked Tugg. Are you hurt? Are you in pain? Yes, and yes, she cried. Just look at me, Tugg. Have you ever seen so many chins? I ate far too much grass and water plants, and now look at me. Well, you are hippo after all, said Teeny. I thought hippos were happy being large. Do you know what hippopotamus means? Margie Barge asked. It means river horse, and that's me. She started to cry again. Tugg had an idea. He whispered something to Teeny, who scampered off into the jungle. Well, Margie, said Tugg, at least you do not have hair all over like me. No one can tell my front from my back. The other animals started to speak up. Tina Hyena laughed loud and long. Have you ever heard a laugh like that, Margie? It is so annoying that sometimes instead of laughing, I feel like crying. Listen, Margie, said Barb Hedgehog. You should be glad you do not have prickles like mine all over your body. Why, even I scared Rory Lion. Margie Barges' smile was returning. She did not feel quite so bad anymore. Just then, Teeny returned. Margie, meet Henry. He is new to the neighborhood. Henry took one look at Margie, then blinked as his skin turned pink. Hello, gorgeous, he said. Who are you? The queen of the waterhole? Well, I. Now it was Margie's turn to blush. Wow, said Henry. Today must be my lucky day. Would you like to go for a swim? And Margie's tears went away for good. As Tugg and Teeny walked home, the monkey said, Margie Barge is hippie and happy again, Tugboat. Yes, monkey face, said Tugg. Thank goodness you were there to save the day. So, this was the story of Margie Barge who learnt self acceptance. Let's hop on to the other story. Roccos Horn. Have you seen Rocco Rhino? Teeny asked. No, said Tugg. What is our good friend Rocco doing there these days? Before Teeny could answer, Violet jumped out of the jungle. The warthog was out of the breath. Rocco lost his horn. Come and see. Teeny and Tugg and Violet ran all the way to Rocco's house. Poor Rocco was sitting in his backyard. He did not look like the same Rocco at all. My horn is gone, Tugg. It was right here on my face, he cried. It must have fallen off, but I do not know where it went. What good is a rhino without a horn? That is like a monkey without a tail. Rocco, said Teeny, I will find a substitute for your horn. Tugg shook his head, but when Teeny made up her mind, nothing could stop her. She ran into the jungle to find a new horn. Teeny stopped when she saw Cuddles, Python, eating a banana. Perfect, she thought. When she brought a banana back to Rocco, he strapped it on his head. No, said the rhino. Too squishy. Next, Teeny saw Margie Barge by the waterhole. She had a flower behind her ear. That's it, thought Teeny. But when the monkey tied the flower to Rocco's face, he sniffled. Achoo! No, said the rhino. Too sneezy. Okay, said Teeny. I have just the thing. My music stick with the holes in it. Will this work? She asked. No, said the rhino. Too skinny. He sat down with a heavy thud. All of a sudden, Tugg had an idea. How long have you been sitting here, Rocco? He said. 3 days, said the rhino, ever since I lost my horn. Maybe if you stand back up and stretch, you will feel better. No, I'm too sad, said Rocco. Will you please try? Asked Tugg. All right, sighed Rocco. Rocco stood up on his 4 legs. He stretched, he looked to the right, he looked to the left. Then he looked at where he had been sitting. There was his horn. He had been sitting on it the whole time. Sometimes the answer is as plain as the nose on your face, said Tugg. And sometimes your horn is right under your nose. So you see, friends, how hard Teeny was trying to find a substitute horn for Rocco Rhino. So the third and last story is Good Neighbor Day. The day was almost done in Sidekick Thicket, and Tugg and Teeny had just finished giving their houses a new coat of paint. Guess what tomorrow is, Teeny? Said Tugg. The weekend? Thank goodness, said the monkey. I am pooped. No, not that. Tomorrow is Good Neighbor Day. What is that? Asked Teeny. Oh, well, to show that we are good neighbors, said Tugg, we will invite all of our friends over for a picnic. Everyone brings a favorite dish. It's called potluck. Then we have finished painting just in time, said Teeny, smiling. One more thing, Teeny, said Tugg. Please paint the picnic table bench, but be quick about it. I'll go tell all our friends while you are finishing up. But Teeny thought to herself, sometimes monkeys just need to rest. So she took out her notepad and began to write a poem. House painting is equal to hard work. Then she practiced playing a song on her music stick. Uga chaka, uga uga chaka. Next, she painted a picture on her easel. A rose for a gorilla. So it was quite late by the time Teeny finally got around to paint the picnic bench. The next day, friends from all over the jungle arrived for a potluck. Flap, the elephant said, Love the new paint job, Tugg. Your house sparkles. Yes, it does. And what a beautiful shade of violet, said Violet. Thank you, said Tugg and Teeny. Everything looked a smell and smelled so tasty. Happy Good Neighbor Day to one and all. Tugg said, "Let the potluck begin." And so it did. But after they had eaten and the guests got up to leave, Teeny nearly fainted. Everyone had a big violet stripe on his or her bottom. "Oh no!" Teeny whispered. "Look, Tugg, the paint on the bench did not dry. What mess!" Tugg thought. Thinking quickly, Tugg said, "Dear friends, we wanted this to be a day to remember. So Teeny and I decided to give each of you a special gift. Please look behind you. It is your very own tattoo." The animals stared at each other's backside in silence. Then Rory Lion roared, "Groovy!" Tina Hyena laughed, "Sweet!" And everyone hooted and hollered all the way home. Later that night, when the guests were gone, Teeny said, "I waited too long to paint the picnic bench. Didn't I, Tugboat?" "Yes, you did, Monkey Face," said Tug. "But everyone had fun at the picnic, and thanks to you, they went home with a pretty painting that they will enjoy for a very long time." I hope you enjoyed these stories from this book, Tugg and Teeny. That's what friends are for. If you like it, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you.